Hello and welcome back to Little Big Wins, where I, of course, anonymously, as much as I try, just convey little things that I've accomplished that maybe no one else thinks is a big deal, but to me, they are actually big deals. I wanted to talk about some of the little things I've been doing in and around the city that I live in, a wonderful, wonderful city, New York City. And in it, to keep myself not overly occupied with a career or a job because I was experiencing a certain type of PTSD, which turned into PGD, which is prolonged grief disorder. And so I just did not, during my time here in New York City so far, I have not felt the need to focus on career that I thought I would have a focus on in life. Instead, I decided to focus on my mental health and my emotional states and nurturing and nourishing that. And so some of the things I did was just odd jobs. Like I would babysit. I've talked about that. There's another podcast, an earlier episode where I talk about how the minuscule tasks in babysitting is something that I can actually transfer and translate into corporate jobs. But I also did more. I used to park cars for people because here in this city, there's street cleaning. And on specific days, depending on which side of the street your car is parked on, you've got to move it for those few seconds that the street cleaning machine comes down the street. So there's that. And I've also, sometimes I help with some cleaning, light cleaning. Nothing too major, but just some people needed help. And of course, there's babysitting, as I mentioned, but also along with the babysitting, there's picking kids up, dropping them off, escorting them to the different events that they need to participate in, that their parents and them they'd like to participate in. I've helped build things, and I've helped take things apart. I've walked pets. I've cared for pets. I've done house sitting, and it was really wonderful for me. And I was kind of, me and a bunch of people here that are also in some form same boat, like in between jobs. You know, we're all kind of these liminoids, these liminal beings in between things, but still significantly experiencing this part of life, which is figuring out what the next life will be for us, the next career, the next career move, the next academic move, the next corporate move, the next entrepreneurial move, the next physical move away from the city or somewhere within the city or within the state or to New Jersey, what have you. There were moments where many of us share that liminal space, that betwixt and between. And gosh, I sound like Victor Turner here. Anyway, so I decided to take these things and make it a part of my business. I had been doing them anyway, might as well add them to the business. And I call these collection of things Nest. Why do I do that? It's because there's something inviting about that word nest. A home is nesty. We need help in our home. We need help for our homes. And that comforting, friendly help, that helping hand that you could offer to so many people, that's what a lot of people need. They do not necessarily need you to pay their bills. They do not need you to necessarily raise their children. They do not necessarily need you to repaint the entire house and give it a full makeover. They do not need that. They need somebody to pick up the kids. They need somebody to watch the kids for a few hours. They need somebody to come in and help with the kitchen. They need somebody to help with the dusting sometimes. They need somebody to help carry things from the car up to their apartment or vice versa. They need somebody to meal prep, to prepare their foods for the week. They need somebody to come and brush and braid their hair and wash their hair. They need somebody to go run to the ATM machine and return the cash that they need on that errand. They need just things that people need. Most of these things I would just get paid for. Of course, some things I just do because that brother or sister just needs it. And so I've decided to parlay that into the business. Why not, right? And the other great thing about this is that there are so many others who are still living in that liminal that need that. And I'm like, well, instead of me doing all of these tasks that people need, I could send somebody from my other pals that are open to accomplishing these tasks, and they would make cash. I would make cash from like referring them. The tasks would get done. The chores would get done for a family or a person that needs it. And you might think, oh, that's those are little things, but I'm like, no, these are little big things that people need. And so I just wanted to bring that. I felt like this particular venture that I have called Nest, which is actually under the sub city area of mine called the New York City Country Folk, is something really needed everywhere, not just here in the city that I live in, but everywhere. People just need that physical helping hand in a multiplicity of ways. And I thought let's make that an actual part of the business. And again, number two, I would be able to also help other guys and gals who are looking to be of help to also have some income. And I would not employ them. I'm basically contracting with them that they would go out and actually do that. Okay, well, I just wanted to, I'm really excited about that. I'm going to see where it goes. It's a wonderful go-to need that people do not readily have as much as they'd like, but would need. And they could spend some cash on feeling that they've gotten some support in that way. Helping to wash dishes, or just helping to dry the dishes, helping to mop the floor, helping to take their kids to the beach, helping to remove the dishes so they can wipe from the cupboards, so they can wipe down the cupboards and then put them back. Parking the cars, not just for street cleaning days, but parking them from one end of Manhattan to the other. Grabbing tickets for them, standing in line somewhere for them so they don't have to, that type of thing. And anyway, so I just thought, well, maybe we'll just add this. I do this. I do a few of these things now, but I used to do them more so. But I just remember that time that I was doing that, and I really appreciated those who had reached out to me and asked for some assistance, and I was able to give. And they would, for the most part, like I said, they would pay me. So why not make a network out of it and also offer that as just part of what I naturally do to enhance family life, to enhance community life, to enhance home life, and to enhance a personal life of others. Okay, well, thanks again, and we'll hope that you listen in for my next episode of Little Big Wins. Thanks.